So today I just want to try to talk to you about the Western view of Islam versus what Islam actually is. If you look at the reality, a lot of the times when you look at their leaders, you see them trying to pass the wrong message of Islam to the people. They want to try to make sure that you are constantly viewing on their social media and on their TV stations that they are directly or indirectly trying to control Islam, because for them Islam is the wrong religion. And Islam is definitely not the wrong religion. That is their view of Islam. And if you go back, they are the ones who are always wrong. If you look at the history of humanity, you come to realize that the first war wasn't started by Muslims, the second wasn't started by Muslims. All the leaders in the past that killed thousands and millions of innocent people, none of them was Muslim. We don't want to mention names here, but there are too many of them. None of them were Muslim, and they know nothing about Islam. And they have killed people, a lot of people. And even some of the so-called countries today, if you look at their history, is full of pervasive, corrupt, and looting the resources of the developing countries. And this is what they continue to do. This is what brought about colonialism in the first place. Their society, right from the beginning, was built on materialism, just like we always talk about. It was built on materialism. It's all about making money. And so they care less about morality. It's about exploitation, extortion, killing, maiming. You can be able to do anything. Their government can be able to do anything as long as it will bring money at the end. And that's why they've invaded many countries. They've killed many leaders of those countries that successfully elected their leaders. As long as those leaders are not doing the bidding of the West, they will come and topple the government and they will kill those leaders. It's actually very unfortunate. They have multilateral institutions, they have multinational institutions today that are controlling developing countries and extorting them. They give you loan, a small amount of loan, and then they show that they are giving you loan you cannot be able to pay. On interest you cannot be able to pay. Interest that they dictate. Even up till today, they are still exploiting and extorting the resources of some of these developing countries. And we have a lot of these cases here, especially in Africa, not just West Africa, but in Africa generally. And if you look at their society today, you will also come to realize that a lot of them, it's always about the profits. The government doesn't care about what you do. The government doesn't care if you smoke or not. The government doesn't care if you dress well or not. The government doesn't care if you are a man and then you wake up tomorrow and you want to become a woman. The government doesn't care if you are a woman and you wake up tomorrow and you want to become a man. If you want to divorce, whatever it is you want to do in the society, as long as you are adding to the corporate taxes, as long as you are paying your taxes, as long as you are bringing money to the system, then it is right. And that's why today this extortion have continued even by their government, because this is the best way for them to make money all over the world, selling weapons to developing countries, selling weapons to two groups of people fighting each other. As you continue to kill each other, that is how they will continue to loot your resources, unfortunately. But Islam, on the other hand, when Islam ruled Spain and when Islam was ruling the world and many countries, there were justice. Because Islam, we have principles, we have guidelines. We have guidelines that everything you have to do, or you want to do, or you wish to do, you have to look at it from the religious perspective. What does Allah say about this? What does Prophet Muhammad ﷺ says about this? You can't kill, you can't loot, you can't consume someone's property without his permission. We don't deal with usury. Islam is about justice. And there is nowhere that the religion is oppressing us, or even oppressing anyone, or even oppressing even the non-Muslim. Islam was just to everyone. Except if you don't know anything about Islam, I guess you should try to learn Islam and forget about what you see on the social media, that Islam is doing this. This is nothing but a way to try to tarnish the image of Islam. But Allah has promised that Islam will dominate the world. Inshallah.